Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, aka Captain Wales, participated in a public wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. We have to talk about that wreath-laying ceremony as well as some of the very forced criticism of Prince Harry laying a wreath. But before we do, thank you so much for clicking on my video. And if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to get into this topic and I'm going to give my thoughts at the end. So let's get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I am Sergeant Whitney of the 3rd Infantry Regiment, United States Army. The ceremony that you are about to witness is the changing of the guard.
This article is in Feminagra, written by a member of staff, titled Prince Harry Pays Tribute to Fallen Service Members at Arlington National Cemetery. I love that no matter what is going on or no matter where he is going to tribute the fallen. He is going to tribute service members, veterans, and their families. He is always going to go above and beyond. This is something very close to his heart. And no matter where he is located, I mean, we saw in 2020 when he was in the thick of it with everything going on with his family and the media, he still took time to pause and reflect and give remembrance and give his due diligence and time to saying goodbye and honoring the memory of fallen soldiers globally, no matter what is going on. Even when he is in a personal turmoil or a spiral or what have you, he is going to acknowledge and reflect and memorialize service members and veterans. And I just find that to be so remarkable. He is such a man of integrity, and I love that about him. Prince Harry paid tribute to fallen service members at Arlington National Cemetery on August 19th. Laying a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier before visiting sections 60 and 57 to honor individual graves and meet families of those who died in service. The visit, hosted by Army Cemetery's Executive Director Karen Durham-Aguilera, drew on Harry's own military background and his long-running work with veterans. Images from the ceremony show him taking part in the formal wreath laying alongside U.S. military personnel before later kneeling down to place flowers at a gravesite marked with an American flag. I love that he's so considerate, even with new reports, and none of this has been confirmed yet, but even with new reports stating that Prince Harry and Meghan and their children are moving back to the UK, and we don't know for the length of time or for how long that will be, but I love that he still incorporates not only his country, but his wife's country. And he's always spoken so highly of America, and he's always spoken so highly of his mother country. And again, like I said, a true leader, a natural leader, knows how to unite. And I find that that is Prince Harry. I find that he is, in my opinion, of the men in the senior royal status, he is the true leader. No matter his birth order, no matter his place in the line of succession, he is the true leader. Everything about him, his work style, his outlook, his personal values, his personal qualities, everything about that just shows a natural born leader, much like his mother, much like his grandmother. They just have that certain quality of, I was born to unite and lead and help people. And he's devoted his life to a life of service. So even when he is going through transition or turmoil or what have you, I mean, when he was in the thick of it, he still made time to do what he knew was right. And I love that about him. For Harry, who served in the British Army and completed 2 tours in Afghanistan, the visit fit naturally with the veteran advocacy that has remained one of the most consistent parts of his public life since leaving royal duties. It also prompted debate online, with some praising the gesture as a sign of respect between allied nations, and others questioning the protocol surrounding a high-profile foreign visitor at one of America's most significant military memorials. Anyone who has a problem with this, again, Prince Harry is a blood-born royal from an allied nation. Anyone who doesn't understand the significance of this and understand the history of America, first of all, this is a huge move, and he's done this before. This isn't the first time he's done this. I mean, he visited Pearl Harbor. I mean, Prince Harry is, like I've said, a great unifier, but the fact that he works with the Invictus games, which literally brings together nations from around the world, the service members and veterans and their families to come together to compete in games and sports as a source of healing, Y'all don't see the significance of a foreign-born prince who literally lives in America. I understand he's moving back, allegedly, but he lives in America right now. And y'all know he's my favorite American royal. The fact that a foreign-born prince from an allied nation is laying a wreath at one of our most famous veteran cemeteries, that is actually a sign of great respect. And I at this point, based on his behavior and his pattern of behavior over the years and who we've come to know him as who he is, I would expect nothing less. Excuse me. This is a man of honor. Anyone creating a problem out of this is looking for a problem, because here's the thing. If he hadn't done this, people would have said, oh, now you don't have anything for America. It's always going to be something. But let me just make it clear. I'm never going to bat an eye at someone who is choosing to honor those who have paved a way, who is choosing to honor those who have made the greatest sacrifice, and who has chosen to honor those who may or may not have had a direct impact on him personally. He's honoring them because it should be done. And that to me says everything I need to know about this man, this myth, the legend. I mean, he's the founder of the Invictus Games Foundation. How could you even question his work regarding the military? This fits and it makes sense, and anyone questioning it hasn't been paying attention. But again, they have, and they just want something to be mad about. Take your frustrations to the invictusgamesfoundation.org and get to know the foundation and the man behind the foundation. Get to know his work. I mean, I can't imagine that anyone would still be clueless as to what Prince Harry does, because he's always working. So if you care to know rather than complain, then the information is there for you. I highly recommend. Thank you so much for watching the SharionSade YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching my content. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video by hitting the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to comment along the way. If you feel so inclined, please don't forget to share so that more people can find us. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Now let's get back to the video.
Of Prince Harry's proudest moments, his service in the Army as an Apache helicopter pilot and a veteran of the war in Afghanistan.
10 years in the Army was the best escape that I've ever had. An escape from all sorts of intrusion, but I also felt as though I was really achieving something. I felt as though I was part of a team.
Prince Harry was so attached to his team. He says he was devastated when he was pulled out of the war zone after his top secret deployment was revealed by foreign media.
Prince Harry is back in Britain tonight, quickly withdrawing from the front lines of Afghanistan after a secret army deployment was revealed.
I'd done everything I could to get out there, literally being plucked out of my team. And there was an element of me thinking, I'm an officer, I'm leaving my soldiers, and it's not my own decision. I was broken. And then suddenly I find myself on a plane. And while I'm sitting there, I look through the curtain in the front, and there's 3 of our lads wrapped up in plastic, missing limbs. One of the guys clutching a little test tube of shrapnel that had been removed from his head. And he was in a coma, clutching this thing. And I suddenly thought to myself, people don't get to see this. These people are role models, and they need to be celebrated more amongst society.
Prince Harry makes a special point of celebrating the servicemen and women critically injured on their tours of service. Creating the Invictus Games, an athletic competition for wounded veterans.
Some of these guys should be dead. Never before have we had so many amputees survive from such unbelievably traumatic injuries. I'm now lucky enough to watch someone who should be dead run the 100 meters. You want the definition of inspiration? That's probably it. How's the training going?
It's going well.
Nice.
His bond with the athletes is apparent. Mike Goody, a former aircraftman who served in the Royal Air Force, was injured when his patrol was hit by an IED. He lost his left leg and suffered post-traumatic stress, but he triumphantly came back to take 5 medals in swimming in the 2014 Games.
What does it mean to have Prince Harry here encouraging you all every step of the way?
Careful what you say.
In all honesty, Prince Harry's been an absolute legend. He was literally boosting everything, pumping everything, getting everyone going, really encouraging, drumming up support.
I understand you have a bit of a tattoo. Do you mind sharing what that says? What does it say?
I miss my friend with an arrow pointing left.
That's the humor you were talking about.
Get back in the pool. More training, come on. No one wants sympathy. All they want is an opportunity to prove themselves. That's what this is all about.
The next
I was actually very surprised to hear and learn that people had an issue with this. I shouldn't be surprised anymore because people are going to have an issue with anything Harry or Meghan do. But I find it to be so ridiculous. And it's such a distraction from not only the work that's being done, but the purpose and the meaning behind the actions that are happening. If you have a problem with how Prince Harry is honoring our fallen soldiers, honoring fallen soldiers around the world, all fallen soldiers, if you have a problem with that, then why don't you honor them in your own way and share that with us? Why don't you take this action and build upon it and spread the love? Honor the legacies. Why don't you focus that energy on doing it how you deem is right and leave us the hell alone? Recently, someone made a comment on one of my posts about Harry and Meghan possibly moving, and how some of my family members have texted me about it, being like, did you hear about this? What's really going on? Can you let us know if this is true or not? Like, they've gotten fully invested. And I was talking about how funny that was, because I'm like, I had no idea that they were this invested, but let's do it. And someone commented and said, I don't get that. I don't understand the interest in these people. And I responded, at first I was like, what do you not get? Because I thought it was a real question. And then I let it sit and I was like, no, you're trying to be an asshole. But then I was like, who said you had to care about what we care about? If you are not interested in the royals, don't be interested. I mean, I genuinely don't care. But also, you're so disinterested that you're under a post about them. I mean, that's kind of counterintuitive if you ask me. But not only that, why do people feel like they have to go out of their way to find something negative to say? Find something, a contrarian statement, a contradictory statement to say? Why do people feel like not only they have to be pedantic, but they have to be a contradiction in some way, or they have to be a contrarian in every situation? Like, you could genuinely say, this doesn't interest me, and then move on to what does. But instead you say, I want people to think this doesn't interest me because I want to feel like the smart person in the room, because I want something to complain about, because being in my own skin and being in my own space and paying attention to the things that I claim I'm so interested in, that doesn't actually bring me joy, and I'm actually not interested in it. I want to go ahead and push forward this image. So I'm going to go find people who are talking about things that matter to them, and I'm going to try to be a contrarian because that makes me feel important and smart. And when those people respond to me, I know I got their attention, and now I feel important because no one else gives me their attention, and I'm not important to anyone else. So I need the validation by bothering other people. That's what this feels like. Why is Prince Harry honoring fallen soldiers in America? Well, I mean, for the last 6 years, he has lived here and he's done it every year. So there's that. But also, he is the founder of Invictus Games Foundation and the Invictus Games, literally uniting soldiers, veterans, and their families from around the world. Every year we get new countries participating, by the way. But uniting countries from around the world to participate in an adaptive sports competition that helps with healing, camaraderie, and community, giving people purpose and reminding people of who they are. This is what he does. He helps to rehabilitate the fallen. He helps to rehabilitate service members, and he honors the fallen, and he respects their legacies. He gives them a lot of attention and a lot of love because they deserve it. They gave the ultimate sacrifice, and instead of pulling away from that, instead of trying to take away from that, why don't you go do it your way and leave us alone? I actually find it to be quite admirable what Prince Harry did, because you know what he could be doing? Nothing. He could have his feet propped up and his hands behind his head, drinking a Mai Tai, watching his favorite TV show or his favorite YouTube channel. Somebody send him my link. Let's see. He could be doing whatever the hell he feels like because he's a grown-ass man, and he can do whatever he wants to do. He is choosing to make time to honor people that some of their families don't even honor them. Some of their families can't even be bothered to put up a social media post, let alone go get out of their house, put on clothes and go to the cemetery and say goodbye, or say, I remember you, or say, hey, I want to honor you on this day. Prince Harry did it. And you have a problem with that? No, I think the answer is you don't have a problem with it. I think the answer is you want to have a problem. And this is what was in the news today. So those are my thoughts. I hope you guys recognize that I'm always going to be supporting Prince Harry, but I hope you guys recognize that there are going to be people who are just looking for, I'm going to be honest, seething for the opportunity to have something negative to say because they are unfulfilled. And I'm trying my best to do better with just simply blocking and ignoring those weirdos. But sometimes I get out of my skin and I have to reply. I don't have to. I choose to reply. And then I regret the energy and the time spent. And that's my own personal plight, because I should just pay them dust the way Harry and Meghan do. So those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.